We're back again in the chair with the mic. It's the O Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, CW. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure to hit that bell on YouTube and subscribe to the podcast on any and all platforms. Today, we're revisiting the Women's Tag Team Championships in WWE and their assumed curse. Sadly, Sonya Deville has suffered an injury and will be out for the foreseeable future. I think they were saying it's somewhere around a year with surgery and rehab and just getting back into fighting shape. It's a real shame. Sonya Deville was really taken off and finally getting her due. She finally got championship gold. She was on TV weekly with her tag partner Chelsea Green, and they made a great tag team together. I think they had good chemistry, and they're kind of complaining storyline was interesting. Now that Sonya's on the sideline, Chelsea Green is kind of up in the air, and I think WWE was tired of vacating the women's titles and holding tournaments for the titles. I mean, they've done it twice already, and I think they want to try something new, and I think it would be interesting to try something different now. And it seems like Chelsea Green is going to be looking for either an interim partner or just a flat-out new partner for the foreseeable future, because there was talk, or at least rumors, that Chelsea and Sonya were going to hold these titles for a long time and kind of try and solidify them, give them, a base. That's out the window, but Chelsea Green can carry the torch. Now, I saw some comment online that mentioned that perhaps Sonya Deville could go back to being a Raw GM or a SmackDown GM across from Adam Pearce. And basically her entire job would be, yes, I am the GM. I'm, trying to book the show, but really I'm trying to keep the belts on Chelsea and her interim partner, so that when I come back, I'm still champ. So having her in this weird, year-long angle where Chelsea is defending maybe the women's tag team belts with maybe a different partner every championship match. She's Adam Pearce keeps trying to get the titles off her, and Sonya keeps setting her up for success, while also giving us those an old school Randy Orton style, I am now 38% better and I'm on track to return and blah blah blah. And just having these two kind of play off each other. You can rotate NXT women, you can rotate indie wrestlers, you could rotate all these types of people into this angle, this almost year-long angle where Sonya is always trying to keep the tag titles on Chelsea Green. And on Chelsea's side, I love Chelsea Green. I'm loving her return. I didn't actually watch any of her wrestling when she was on WWE originally, but now that she's back and this angle she has where she's a little bit like Carmella, but I don't know. She has her own personality, but she's kind of filling that Carmella role where she's kind of this over the top, I'm better than you kind of angle, and she kind of has that quote unquote Karen persona where she's constantly asking for the manager, and she wants special treatment, and she can barely understand why everyone's so incompetent, that kind of thing. It plays really well, and I think we were all kind of nervous when she came in, when she debuted at the Royal Rumble and got eliminated in 5 seconds. But it was all to set up this kind of angle where she was a disgruntled wrestler who believed she was owed something, and it just really works well with her, and it doesn't hurt that she's really good in the ring. So I think everyone's really bummed that Sonya Deville can't be a tag champ with Chelsea, but I think it opens up a bit of creative freedom. The best creativity is created within parameters, right? If you can't go outside of this lane and you can't kind of go outside of this lane, you can have a little bit of fun with loopholes, and you can have a little bit of fun with playing within those rules. So one thing that's happening on Instagram and I guess I don't know if it's TikTok or whatever, but Matt Cardona, the indie god, aka Chelsea Green's husband, is claiming he is one half of the women's tag team champion because he's married to a tag champ. So he's half of the champ. But now he wants to be the husband and wife tag team champions, which, if I'm being perfectly honest, that would be an amazing thing to do if you were to bring back Matt Cardona just to be one of the women's tag champs. I mean, it would. He can't wrestle other ladies. I mean, he can. I mean, whatever. You can definitely. I mean, the women can go with Matt. That would be fine. And it would be even better if it was like he wasn't pulling his weight, and Chelsea had to keep saving his ass from getting beat up and pinned. Now, I don't know if he would want to get booked that way, but I think in terms of the storyline, him coming in and people being like, oh man, you're just going to have this man come and beat up women. That's not cool. But then having him get tagged in and just absolutely trounced by these women. Just, they're faster than him. They're just picking him apart. And then he's always almost getting pinned and Chelsea's coming in to save his behind. That could be interesting. I saw Chelsea Green was putting together this kind of like invitational where she's going to have this, what is it? America's Got Talent, or I think it's called Chelsea Green's Got Talent, or the Tag Champs Got Talent, or whatever. It's just holding this competition where people will, audition to be her tag team partner in the interim. And Ron Killings, aka R-Truth, put out his like, hey man, I got nothing to do. I'm coming back from an injury. I can hold those belts with you while Sonya heals up, and we can be a great team. And honestly, I mean, they're moving. If you bring in R-Truth, you're going into the comedy angle, and I think he would work really well with Chelsea Green. Again, he is a dude, and I don't know how that would play in the women's division, but there are things you can do, right? I mean, I would hate to see them try to dress a dude up as a lady and parade around pretending to be a woman just so he can be in the tag team division. That's not the most creative thing. Santino Marella did that, and honestly, who wants to see that again? But there are avenues that can happen, and I think, like I said, there are parameters that you can put around these tag titles, these rules, and then you have loopholes. Like, what if Matt Cardona did come back and it was the husband and wife championship for a while, and then maybe they get the intergender matches to come back, and it's like, well, instead of having the women's tag team championships defended by two ladies versus two ladies, maybe it's a husband and wife team and another husband and wife team, or a couples thing, or the mixed gender, it becomes the mixed gender tag team. Why don't they have mixed gender tag team championships? That would be interesting. I think it was an experiment, and maybe they won't want to invest a whole lot of time in that, but that would be interesting, I think. But again, who knows? I hope Chelsea holds on to the titles. I hope she doesn't have to vacate. I hope she doesn't do the game show type audition thing, because that would veer the tag team titles really far into the 24/7 championship. Like, we're trying to legitimize these tag championships, and having her kind of have people debase themselves to be her tag. I mean, how would you even choose again, I'm not a booker. I'm not a writer for WWE. So I don't know. Maybe they can write a really good story around that. And maybe instead of like auditioning with like music or whatever, maybe it's like you have to go out and wrestle a really cool match, or Chelsea makes these stipulations. Like, the match has to be a ladder match, and you have to be able to, climb the ladder and get the whatever to be my tag. And then maybe it's like a battle royale ladder match that she books, and that could be interesting instead of it being, old style NXT run around the ring type stuff. So it really could be Chelsea Green with the tag titles beside Adam Pearce booking matches for the women to see who could be her tag champ. I don't know, but hopefully they can salvage this tag team division because the women deserve it. Anyway, what do you think of Chelsea Green as a solo tag team champ? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for listening, and don't you ever forget,
I'm your friend, but if I ever see you in the ring, I can beat you. Don't you know? Yeah, yeah, yeah.